Kristian's on fire. Yes, the Castanovians. All right, boys. I want to talk to you in this live stream about an idea, an epiphanova that completely changed the way that I approach my dating life. And by listening to this live stream all the way through, hopefully it's going to be the epiphanova which changes yours as well. So the epiphanova is seduction is basically sales. Right? Seduction is basically sales. It took me a long time to understand this because the place that I started off in my life, when I look back on the person that I was 4 years ago, and you can go back onto the oldest videos on my channel as well to see the person that I used to be, I used to have a very romanticized image of the way I wanted the world to work, rather than understanding how the world actually worked, rather than playing the game from a rational perspective. I was very emotional. I was very, to use some terminology that hopefully we can all understand, I was blue pill betazized. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but I very much saw the dating marketplace in this, the one, the happy ever after fairy tale. And this meant during my early years, I got my heart broken a lot of times, but I'm grateful for those experiences because I think that by having my heart broke early on, I was able to learn those lessons early rather than getting to 35 years old and then only learning those lessons for the first time. I think it's you either learn the hard way or you learn the harder way. But then after being in this process for the past 4 years, after working with so many high achievers from all across the world, not only changing my dating life and my entire life in general, I think that once you fix your dating life, the rest of your life begins to follow. Yeah, that's what it was for me. Like once I knew I could cold approach, once I knew that I could get the women that I wanted rather than settling for the ones I thought I could get, once I developed this bulletproof core confidence that sets me apart from pretty much every other guy on the planet, it forced me to look at the rest of my life and think to myself, where else am I playing it safe? Where else am I slacking off? Where else am I a static spectator rather than an active player? And this is why I explained to you boys that day game is a discipline that takes us closer to the divine. Cold approach is a catalyst for the rest of our lives. I go out there, I speak with girls, I put myself through the social fire, I demonstrate that my limitations are hallucinations, and I learn that, wow, it spills over to all other aspects of my life. I feel more productive. I feel as though I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. I feel more inspired to sit down, create these live streams, do good work, bring my best self to my clients and the people that I love. But understanding that seduction is basically sales is the epiphanova which changed everything for me. So I learned from Alex Hormozy, who hopefully a lot of you boys will follow on YouTube. Alex Hormozy. So Alex Hormozy wrote a book. Alex Hormozy wrote a book. It's called $100 Million Offers. And the tagline for that book is, make people an offer they would feel stupid saying no to. Right? Make people an offer they would feel stupid saying no to. If I offered you a Ferrari for $10,000, you would do anything within your power to get that money together, right? You'd sell your car, you would ask your parents for money, you would beg for the money. If you could get a Ferrari for $10,000, you would move heaven and earth to get that money together. The same is true when we're approaching women, when we're attempting to bring gob-smackingly gorgeous girls, wife-worthy women into our lives. It simply comes down to making people an offer they would feel stupid saying no to. I learned in How to Win Friends and Influence People that there's only one way to make anybody do anything, and it's to make them want to do it. Right? That is the only way you can make anybody do anything. It's to make them want to do it. It's manufacturing a desire. It's creating a compelling why. Okay? So in super practical terms, when you approach girls in person, the first thing which is flashing through their mind is, why should I choose this guy out of all of my other options? So first of all, if you have unlocked the skill set of cold approach, then this is a cheat code into the sexual marketplace, because it's already going to what I call violently differentiate you, rather than being another simp who's just messaging her on Instagram or has to down 7 pints of lager just to have a sloppy conversation with her in Weatherspoons. You have become that true Renaissance warrior who can see a woman who he's attracted to in person, go over to that woman and declare your desire in a non-needy way. About 1% of guys are actually going to try and learn cold approach, and only 1% of those guys are actually going to become good at it. And in the world that we're living in right now, which a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people are completely oblivious to the current climate of the world. We've got AI, we've got the robotification of society. Things are moving fast, okay? And social skills, the art of face-to-face communication, they're going to be on the decline, which means that the opportunity is greater than ever. It's like whilst most people are zigging, we want to be zagging, right? Because there's two areas which AI will not be able to replace, and those are relationships and community. I believe those are the two most important areas of our lives. It's relationships and community. If you have great people around you and you know you've got the skills to bring more great people into your life, you're going to live a top 1% life. And this is why I believe that attracting women and making money, the mindset is very similar, right? You want to make people an offer that they would feel stupid saying no to. And the mindset is that of abundance. Once you know how to attract women, you're not stressed about women again. Once you know how to make money, you're not stressed about money again. So this is the abundance mindset. And I sit with myself every single day, right? And I'm learning. I've got business mentors that I speak to. I've got the guys in my network, the Entourage. We've got 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs, digital nomads, online workers, business owners. Like these are the people that I'm surrounding myself with. And I'm always grappling with the thought of, what am I actually giving? Right? Like, what am I actually helping guys with? And I follow these trail of whys, and sometimes it just keeps me awake at night, because it's like, like that's not it. Like that's not the thing yet. It's like, right, on the surface, right? On the surface, I help guys get more girls. That's the surface level thing. But then the deeper, it's like if I was selling an offer which taught you how to make more money, right? If I was helping you make $10,000 a month, right? That would be the offer. That would be the core thing. But it's not that. It's why people buy, why people do things, why people decide to take action. And it's to alleviate pain, right? It's like, how do I describe this? It's like, imagine that you're overweight right now and you pay a personal trainer to help you lose weight. It's not necessarily the fact that you're looking to get a better body or get a six-pack. It's what those things enable you to feel. So now when you walk into a room and you're no longer overweight, you feel confident. When you put your trousers on in the morning, you can actually button them, and that makes you feel good rather than an unlovable piece of shit. When you go to dinners and networking events, people are now complimenting you, and that makes you feel good. That makes you feel worthy and witnessed and important, right? So it's like, yeah, I help all of my guys build top 1% dating lives, but really what I'm helping them do is find themselves through this process. Yeah, it's like, right, great, you're getting loads of girls now, your dating life's amazing, but it's like, the reason why we're doing it all, it's to feel worthy, to feel as though our presence actually means something to somebody. It's because we want to receive love from the feminine, admiration from the masculine. For me, I didn't have any romantic options growing up. I didn't have any friends. So it's like everything that I do now is almost done to satiate that former version of myself. Like, Kristian, don't worry, bro, I've got you. It's good. Like being a parent to myself also. So that was a tangent, but it's valuable because, like, it's never the reason why you're doing it. It's the underlying reasons, right? So understanding that seduction is sales, and people rarely buy off logic. They usually buy off emotion and then justify it with logic later on. It's like, oh, I want a Ferrari. Emotionally, I want the Ferrari because I want to receive admiration from the masculine. It's like status driven, right? But it's like then the rational mind kicks in. It's like, yeah, but oh well, we can justify this because it can be a marketing tool, or it can help me get into better networking events, or it can help me build my brand on social media. It's like the emotional and the logic. It's the same way that when you're approaching girls, they're making decisions very much off of their emotions. So if we can speak to their emotions rather than speaking, it's like speaking to their biology rather than speaking to their psychology. So how we actually differentiate ourselves in the sexual marketplace. In my free online course, it's called my Most Fuckable Man course. You can get it for free right now by clicking the link below. There is actually an entire module dedicated to violent differentiation. So how you can become so wickedly unique that people can't help but become attracted to you. So when I approach girls right now, the person who I am when I'm approaching them is it's a completely different offer. I'm a completely different prospect to who I was 4 years ago. The person that I used to be, my ultimate purchasing power in the sexual marketplace, before I became the most fuckable version of myself, before I started building this international lifestyle, before I actually became a valuable commodity, was my mindset, right? When I looked so ugly, this was me about 18, 19 years old, I was ugly. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any value to offer apart from my mindset. Yeah, my social skills were good because I've been a magician for the past 6 years. I started performing magic when I was 13 years old. And because I knew I was ugly, I didn't have any value. I wasn't the most fuckable version of myself yet. I was just playing the game, being more excited to win than I was scared to lose. My mindset was, well, I don't have anything to lose here, so I might as well put myself in front of girls and see what happens. Most girls rejected me, most girls blew me out, but I would find some girls who actually wanted to be with me. Like my first girlfriend was one of the most gobsmackingly gorgeous girls I've ever met. Like still to this day, do not understand how I attracted her. Well, I kind of do. It's because of my mindset, because of my social skills. It's because I didn't really give a toss, right? Which I think if you've got a rational faith and delusional optimism in your own capabilities, then you can sell anything to anybody, right? When I say seduction is sales, it's like in order to make people, or in order to get people who want to buy your products, you need to have full conviction and full belief behind the thing that you're selling, right? If people come onto a call with me to join my private network, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, my network, it's pretty shit, really. I can't guarantee that you'll get good results, but you know, you can join if you want. And no one's going to buy from me, right? No one's going to buy because I don't have conviction behind what I'm selling. It's like no one is going to give a fuck about you unless you give them a compelling reason to give a fuck about you. The reason why people want to work with me, the reason why people buy from me, the reason why people join my private network, and the reason why I change people's lives is because I have an ungodly amount of conviction in my own capabilities. And that rubs off on the guys who I'm working with. So when I come onto a live stream and I say, I'm the best in the world at daytime cold approach, when I say that I get the best results in the industry, my testimonials speak for themselves, go over to my Instagram page at Casanova Dating, then you go over to the Instagram page, you click the link below, you go over to my website, you can see all of the testimonials, you can see I'm actually legit. That triggers something in your mind where you're thinking, fuck, this guy has actually got a solution to my problems. In the same way that when I approach women, I'm approaching those women believing fully in myself. My mindset, the thing that I've learned is we don't achieve our dreams, we achieve our standards. And in life, we don't get what we deserve, we get what we think we deserve. Internal state equals external reality. So if I go over to women who I find attractive and I don't believe in my own product, if I'm grappling with that perceived lack of self-worth and I experience failure in advance and I reject myself on her behalf, I'm not going to make any sales in the sexual marketplace, right? So the most important thing, if you want to achieve rip-roaring success in business with women, the sexual marketplace, you must have unwavering belief in your own capabilities. Like if I could spray a cologne, which was most fuckable man on the planet cologne, and I brainwashed you into believing you were the most fuckable man on the planet, imagine how differently you would act. And that's why I've always believed in the notion of acting as if, right? How would the most fuckable version of yourself move? How would that version of you who does have 10 gobsmackingly gorgeous girls in his phone, how would he move through the world? How would he interact with the world? He'd be carefree, he'd be non-needy, he'd be detached from outcome in the same way that if you've got 50 qualified prospects who you've got calls booked in, they want to buy your shit, the more you have, the person who has the most cares the least, right? Abundance is the antidote to all of your anxieties. Again, the person who has the most cares the least. This is why understanding that seduction is basically sales. If you've got 20 girls in your phone who you can message and go out on dates with tonight, you're going to be less attached to an outcome, right? If you're, just to use a terminology, if you're spinning multiple plates, the loss of one isn't really a problem. But the reason why guys get needy in the sexual marketplace, and also in business as well, is if they've only got one person who's buying from them, right? Abundance. So becoming wickedly unique, having irrational faith and delusional optimism in your own capabilities, acting as if you already are the person who you want to be, and just understanding as well that the whole game that we're playing to a large degree in both the sexual marketplace and the business marketplace is we're solving people's problems, right? The way you make money is by alleviating people's problems. The bigger the pain point, the more money you can charge. Everyone's got problems. Even the most breathtakingly beautiful girls on this planet have got problems, right? The problems are unique to everybody, but everyone's got problems. If you can find a way to solve people's so like for me, men want to feel powerful, women want to feel beautiful, everyone wants to feel important. So there might be a gobsmackingly gorgeous girl right now who just doesn't feel wanted, or maybe she only gets compliments on the way that she looks and no one actually digs beneath the surface to see the person behind the beauty. And if you can be that person who goes over to, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a model. Oh, that's cool, but what else do you do? What else is cool about you? I want to know who you actually are rather than the job that you hold. It's like, then that relationship can flourish. Then she can see that you're not just another mind-dead moron, another one-night stand cowboy who just sees her like as she is physically, that you can actually dig beneath the surface. But just solving people's problems, being a source of pleasure, making people laugh, giving people hope and optimism. Like when I come onto these live streams and I help people change their life, hopefully by listening to me speak, you feel inspired, you feel optimistic about the future. That's how we get people to like us, right? It's like being a source of pleasure, helping people overcome problems. So if you haven't done so already, this piece of content really is a precursor to all of the information that's available in my Most Fuckable Man course. So I'll leave the link below. I think there's a link which is like, get my free courses. So if you haven't done so already, I want you to download that course. It's completely free. All my courses are free. I give away information and I charge for implementation, meaning that once you've consumed enough of my content, once you've got my cold approach content course and you've got my Most Fuckable Man course, you consume the course, you take the actions, you build those solid foundations, and then when it comes time to us working together, first of all, you already feel as though you know me, so our relationship in real life is going to be amazing, but you've got those foundations in place. You've already taken steps to become the most fuckable version of yourself. You've already been out there, you've already done a few approaches, you've already got a little bit of skin in the game. I take people who are doing well and I make them excellent. So everything is below. I want you to download that course. I want you to watch it from start to finish, especially the modules on mindset mastery, and I think it's called the fuckable persona, like making yourself so wickedly unique that you become irreplaceable. Like that was one of the best mindsets that I've got. It's like the goal is not to be liked. The goal is to be irreplaceable, right? The goal is not to be liked. The goal is to be irreplaceable. Once you have violently differentiated yourself to the point where nobody else can compete with you, you're operating in a market of one. Seth Godin, I don't know if you know Seth Godin, he's got a book and it's titled The Purple Cow. Imagine you're driving down the motorway and you see a cow in your rear view mirror and it's just an ordinary cow. You don't look twice. However, Imagine you're driving in that same car on the same motorway, you look through the same mirror, and now you see, so realistic, and now you see a purple cow. You're like, fuck, it's a purple cow. I want to know more about it. How did it get here? Is it from this planet? Like, how's it purple? Like, what? Like, it's like your brain is like so intrigued because of the differentiation. No one's seen a purple cow before, so it becomes this object of desire, this object of intrigue. People can't stop thinking about it. That's how you brand yourself in the sexual marketplace. You become so wickedly unique, nobody else compares. You're living and breathing and operating in a market of one. Then when you go outside, you speak to those girls, they're just like, fuck, I've met someone so different. And then they'll start saying that to you, right? Women, when you're on dates with them, when you're in bed with them, when you're pillow talking and cuddling, they'll say things along the lines of, I've never met anybody like you before. Right? When you start getting that feedback, because evidence has got the loudest voice, once you start getting that feedback from women, like, I've never met anybody like you before, or when my clients work with me, they say, I've never had experiences like this before. Kristian, thank you so much. You have changed my entire fucking life. Again, at Casanova Dating, listen to my testimonials, all the social proof and the evidence is there. I am the best in the world at what I do. I've got the best results in the industry. So yeah, all the courses are below. If you're interested in working with me personally, join my private network, the Entourage, and get an entire year of dedicated coaching from, which also includes an in-person coaching experience. I go above and beyond for my guys because I know what it takes to get results in this industry. Like, anyone who's just trying to sell you these one-off single-day coaching sessions, that will change your life in a day. Moron, charlatan, avoid them. You can't do this in one day, right? The way you get results in the sexual marketplace, very much like if you want to build a 10 out of 10 body, it's consistency, it's sustained effort over a prolonged time horizon, and also having people in your corner who can hold you accountable, who can push you to become all you can be. So yeah, links for everything are below. I really love you boys. Seduction is sales, so understand that, all right? It's about productizing yourself, becoming the most fuckable, valuable, rip-roaringly successful version of yourself so you can compel people without saying a word. We've only just scratched the surface on this live stream, so everything is below. Get my most fuckable man course. Everything you need is in there, and you can get the other course as well, Conversation Killer. All of those courses are free. Drop the live stream a like and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already. I'm dropping a new live stream every single day, and the goal for each live stream is very simple: to change your fucking life, right? That's the goal with every single live stream. It's the goal with every action that I take on this channel, to change your fucking life. That's it. All right, cool, bye.